friends, and thanks for joining me. And today I want to talk to you about my quick list of things that, I don't feel like we should do in order to save money because, there's definitely taking things a little too far, and these sorts of things are what I feel fall into that sort of category. And so this is just my personal list of the things that I feel like I wouldn't do to save money. And the first one is pretty obvious. It's steal. Stealing, is obviously immoral and bad and whatnot and hurts the businesses and just different things like that. Other things would be like to lie about a price. So go to the front and say, oh, well, it's this price when it isn't, or things like that. Like my favorite reclaimed building supply store does things mostly on the honor system. So when you go in, like we just bought some fence panels there, and we brought them to the front, and he was like, okay, what you got? Oh, 2 fence panels, one was marked this, the other was marked that. Nobody even checked it. They were just like, okay, ring us up, and then my husband and I just loaded them in the truck and drove away. So we could have easily told them it was, a different price than what they said, and gotten away with, getting them for less than that. But again, I think that this is just immoral, and so it's something that we probably shouldn't do, especially if we're shopping at these businesses. We want them to be sustainable and to be able to make a profit and to be able to, continue in business. So we should really be as, have as good a character as possible and making sure that we're doing things correctly in our dealings with them. The second thing is going to be to skip on gratuity. I think this is obviously another one. If we can, afford to eat out, we should definitely not skip on the gratuity. But I've even seen some people go so far as to maybe like complain about something in order to get things for free. So like, order something, and then if something isn't just exactly the way they want it to, or even they'll make up something that they don't like about it so that they can complain and, get upset, and, maybe even get the manager to come over, or maybe like, to try to keep the customer happy, go ahead and give them their thing for free or whatever, so I feel like this is, another one of those things that's just not the best thing to do. The next one, still in the food category, is to eat crappy food. Now, while, everyone knows that a bag of Cheetos is probably, a whole lot cheaper than a bag of organic apples, and who knows, they might even have the same caloric value when you add up the entireties of the bags. Obviously, one is much less healthy than the other. And so, it's the same in a lot of things in life, that a lot of, nicer, healthier foods are unfortunately more expensive. This is something I don't skimp on. I value my health in my life, and so I really do make sure I'm going to try and take care of my health for as long as I possibly can. And so skimping on that sort of thing and buying crappy food is not something that I would do to save money. And I definitely wouldn't recommend it to anyone else either, because we'll end up, with health problems that'll cost money in the long run. So why not just, take care of our health now and just value it while we have it. The next would be to mooch off family and friends. And this one kind of, worries me a little bit, because I do see a lot of people that do this, and it really irks me the wrong way. Unfortunately, the people in our lives that love us want to help us, and so when we have issues and things like that, they'll be there to help us. But at the same time, I think it's obviously better for us, and it'll be better for our relationships in the long run if we can, make sure that we're trying to be sustainable with our own budgets and with ourselves rather than mooching off the people around us. Repairs and maintenance. Now, I am a do-it-yourselfer kind of person, but there is a limit to that sort of stuff. If I have something break down and I know that it's out of my league, I'm definitely not going to try and take on a job like that on my own. Because if I were to, I can probably watch some YouTube videos and fix this, figure out this like electrical thing or something like that that could cause a fire or something like that. And so, yeah, there's, things that are within my realm of being able to accomplish, and there are definitely things that are not. And so, I try to know the difference in the stuff that, is probably best for us to be able to go ahead and save money on and do on our own. But also I'm, making sure to be careful on the things that we know that we can't do, and know when to hire a professional for those types of jobs. The next would be to skimp on donations. I really think that this is important, because I really do feel like this is a good thing for us to do in our lives. Help the other people that are less fortunate. And for those of you who didn't see my video about being raised poor, I really feel like this was something that helped me a lot, because we did get aid from like churches and different, nonprofit organizations and things like that, most of which don't get any government aid. So they rely on, the good hearts of the other citizens. And a lot of these places even, like help a lot of children who don't choose these types of situations. So yes, this is something that I feel very passionate about, because it was something that I gained, a lot of the, aid when I was younger, and so now that I'm older, I want to make sure that I'm going to try and when I'm in the position to do so, I'm going to give back into those sorts of things and to be able to help the other people who are in need as well. The next one's kind of a silly one, and that's stop showering, which is apparently a thing now. Like, I don't know why it's going around in the crunchy community that people are like, oh, well, it's healthy, you know, the bacteria on our skin is good for us, and so they stop showering. And I'm like, well, yeah, okay, to a point, but that's also gonna, you know, be hard for us to have positive relationships or, you know, be able to get by in our jobs and, you know, do anything like that. So that's definitely something that's going to hurt the people around us. So that's not something I would do to, you know, save money or for my health, supposedly. And then the last one is to stop or to miss out on fun things, especially with my kids. Now, definitely we don't have to go to Disney World in order to have fun with our kids. There are lots of fun things that we can do for free. Might be a little foreshadowing of some upcoming videos, perhaps. I don't know. And so there are definitely some fun things that we can do that's either free or cheap, and we can still totally have lots of fun. So I definitely don't think it's necessary to miss out on fun when you're on a budget. So now I want to hear from you. What kinds of things do you not do to save money, or what kinds of things do you think are pushing it a little too far? I would love to hear from you as well. So thanks for watching. I'm Frugal Green Girl, and we'll see you next time.